Although it is silent, a grave can tell a story. Who are we to come up with money and plans to be sure that a child can never come out of his mother's womb alive? Who are we to see this through and expect this world we live in is to be blessed without stress and successfully thrive? Just because you think you speak on behalf of those who had no voice? Do you really think this is for them to temporarily pass your temple? It is for you to have a choice. It doesn't make it right for you to pick on someone you feel isn't big enough to put up a fight. When they are supposed to feel that it's their most golden days, that they are in the most secure and protected place. And here we are skipping out to the clinic like it's just another leg race. And the Bible says, "Judge not, for ye be not judged." Now let me just tell you a story of how I had to be injected with poison in my womb to kill my child, rubbing my belly and telling her not to worry. But because somebody told me that I was too young, and because of this you cannot provide, therefore a child cannot come. So we'll leave it to the hands of the doctors. We'll leave it to the hands of the killers. We'll leave it to the hands of the murderers. We'll leave it to the hands of the abortion clinic. And y'all, when I reached that door, I had no choice but to go in it. And they say they have counselors who are here to help you ease your fear and to talk to you. And they will be sure that you make it through. But they really want to be sure that you go through. I said they really want to be sure that you and your payment goes through. And make sure that the child that was supposed to come through you, who came from God and not from you, gets the life snatched out of you. Literally, they mean this to kill you both. One naturally and the other spiritually. You guess who's who. And you're supposed to feel like as long as it's not your life, then you're cool. And if you truly think that just because you never hear the voice of that child that it's okay, then you must be a fool. Because the Bible says that everything that has breath praise ye the Lord. So why are we snatching babies out of their safe havens by the umbilical cords when praise is perfected out of the mouth of babes? So who are we to tell them that these are your final days? But judge not, for ye be not judged. Because I too let them kill my baby. As I let them tell me I was less than a woman, less than a mother, and less than a lady. As I laid on a table of defeat. As the nurse told me, lie back, relax, spread your legs, and then prop up your feet. And we're going to insert 7 to 8 thin sticks of poison into your vagina that will be sure to you this child you will not keep. And everything will be okay when you go home and just get a little sleep. Be sure to come back first thing tomorrow and cancel your problem by surgically removing this burden to rid you of all of your sorrows. And as I moved too much on her table of lies and deceit, she told me meanly, "Be still. You're the one that got yourself into this position." But truth be told, if I hadn't, she would not have been able to carry out and accomplish the devil's mission. Later, when I went home, I was hurling for the seed whose life I had disrupted, all because this is what I had been instructed. And the contractions and labor pains was all that I can feel curling up in my back. But nothing was worse than the pains and needles to my soul of how I wish I can take it all back. And not caning that to me in life is harder than any slap. Because no matter how many more babies I have, I would never have you. I would never know what it's like to look into the eyes of yours. And that is something that hurts me even more. More than anyone will ever know, because it's you that I would never know. All because we decided without consulting with you or God if it was even your time to go. And let me just say, Endure Ram Clam, since your mama didn't stand up for you that day, now I am. I say Endure Ram Clam, since your mama didn't stand up for you that day, now I am. Because although I signed over your precious little life, I never had that right. And with every inch of your little body, you squirmed inside of me and refused to give up on the fight. And you gave me blow for blow, hitting the inside of my belly with all of your might, begging and pleading for your precious life despite. And I know it all may seem too late, especially after the decision that I dreadfully contemplate. But this I just have to state, because now it's time for the world to know about my innocent and precious baby girl who was never ever given a chance to make it in this world. And let me first start by saying how your mama picked out your name, because behind it, there will never be shame. See, before your conception, I was sitting in history class reading a story about a strong woman who was truly respected. And she decided to stand up and make a difference despite of her by others being rejected. And years later, after she was gone, she was looked upon and reflected. The same way you will always be in my heart. And I apologize, and I'm so sorry I didn't allow you to take your place in this world to do your part. Therefore, I'm praying that everyone who hears this will do the contrary to what I did. Because even if you can't raise them, there are others out here who longs for a child and yet can't have a kid. And endure, even if we save one child and one person has a change of heart and mind and does some searching for love to find, we'll dig deeper into your purpose. And even though it hurts and even though I cry, behind the streams of tears that fall from my eyes, maybe the purpose of my baby's life was to die.